Hey everyone, it's Victoria, and on today's episode, we're going to talk about CEUs for your coding credentials. Where to find them, how to keep track of them, and can you get them for free? Let's find out. Today I'm going to focus on CEUs for AAPC credentials because I'm an AAPC instructor. So when you get a CPC or any kind of certification through the AAPC, you are required to, for your core credentials, submit 36 CEUs every 2 years. A CEU is a continuing education unit. Medical coding isn't a field where it's a one and done, like you learned it and now you're going to know it forever. It updates all the time. There's new things and definitely a lot of new stuff to learn. So you have to be a continual learner in order to be a successful medical coder. So once you've got your credential, they want to make sure that you're keeping up to date, just like a doctor or a nurse has to keep up to date on their technologies, and they have to earn continuing medical education units. We have to earn CEUs. As a certified coder, you have to get 36 CEUs every 2 years. There's certain circumstances where they may be prorated, like if you were put into a corporate membership program. And if you have additional credentials, you actually have to get more CEUs. Some of them you can kind of double dip on. Some of them they do have to be specialty specific. So if you have 2 certifications, you're required to get 40 CEUs every 2 years. If you have an auditing credential, for example, you have to get 16 of those CEUs are related to auditing. If it's a specialty credential, like you're a certified general surgery coder or a certified dermatology coder, 8 of those CEUs have to be specialty specific to that specialty. Now, CEUs are not something you want to wait until the last minute to get because it takes a while to accrue them, and it's a pain if you forget them and then have to get 30 CEUs by the end of the week. You can get an extension on your CEUs if you need more time, but there is a cost associated with that. So you don't want to wind up having to pay more to keep your credentials because you were short on CEUs. Knowing that you're going to need 36 of them every 2 years, make sure you get 1 or 2 CEUs every month. Set yourself a reminder or just check in periodically and make sure that you're on track for your CEUs, maybe every 2 months, every 3 months, every 4 months. Check in on your CEU tracker and make sure that you're not falling too far behind. A lot of events that are sponsored by the AAPC, like chapter meetings, conferences, webinars, they won't require a paper CEU form anymore. They'll just go into your tracker automatically, or you can just punch in the number and the date. But if you get anything from outside sources, independent instructors, Medicare contractors, CMS, they will require you to have a form. The nice thing about tracking the forms is you can just put them in a folder. I like to just keep mine just in case, but you can also submit digital copies of them online. So if you just want to take a photo of it with your smartphone of that form, you can submit it online that way. Or if you have access to a scanner, you can scan it in and put it right into your tracker online. They do audit certain coders on the back end, which means after you submit your CEUs, you might get randomly selected that they'll go through and see if you've digitally submitted those CEU certificates. So I always say, even if you're at like a chapter conference, sometimes they still give paper forms. Take a picture of it with your phone, because I always have my phone on me. So worst case scenario, if I lose the paper form, I at least have a digital copy of it, like a picture of it on my phone somewhere. Some conferences I've been to, I've even seen people take photographs of the CEU form as it's presented onto the PowerPoint, which is fine as well, because in case you maybe didn't write it down right or something, you still have something to reference back to. So if you're a certified coder and you need CEUs and you're looking for something budget friendly, here's my best tips that I can give you. As an AAPC member, you will get a subscription to Healthcare Business monthly. It might be set up online that you only get it digitally, which is fine, but if you want a paper copy, you can set up your AAPC account to get the paper copy in the mail. And there is a quiz that you can complete online that is worth 1 CEU every month. So that's 24 of the 36 CEUs that you need every other year. I like to have the paper copy because if I'm taking the quiz on my phone or on my computer, I can reference the paper copy as I'm taking the quiz. But if you're someone that just doesn't like having paper copies of things hanging around because they just wind up in the recycle bin, go ahead and just get the digital version. The CEUs, though, are based on the date of the magazine, not on the date of completion. So if you just got certified this month, you can't go back and do the past 20 months and get credit for them because you didn't have a certification during the time of the publication. As an AAPC member, you can get free quarterly webinars. They are on the AAPC website, so you can earn 1 CEUs for those every 3 months. You can also get CEUs through the CMS website at cms.gov through their Medicare Learning Network. CMS has all kinds of events and training, a lot of times a good amount of evaluation and management type stuff, but you can definitely get credit for their training accounts there. Definitely set up an account with Medicare Learning Network, their learning management system, and you can have access to all kinds of web-based training on medical coding and billing for a lot of those hot Medicare topics. Speaking of Medicare, your Medicare contractors, Novitas, Noridian, and all of them also offer educational services as well. So check out their websites. Novitas, I know, has a really robust portal. They do a lot of E&M education because they know that's one that has a high error rate. So anytime that they're offering E&M education, definitely sign up. Sometimes they'll do it in 3 different segments, so you can earn 3 different CEUs for participating in those education sessions. Hitnots.com is a great website too. They have listings of all kinds of upcoming webinars that are going to be live and some on-demand opportunities as well. So you can check out their website at hitnots.com, and they have lots of free CEU resources. And just segueing from those collectives, there's also Facebook groups that you can join that will list free and budget-friendly CEUs. The thing I will caution you there on is that these groups are not monitored by a big organization like the AAPC. They are personal groups, so the moderators in them do have control over what they want to see. So you might not see things always that pertain necessarily to just CEUs. So for example, if they decide they also want to market LuLaRoe leggings to you, or they want to post funny memes, it's within their rights. It's their group, they're moderating it. So just be aware that you might see more of those things, or potentially people that are trying to spam you into buying their services. And you guys know me, I'm a huge advocate for going to your chapter meetings. Most chapter meetings are free. Some do have a fee, especially if they're providing food or some other type of high-level speaker or service for you. And you are allowed to go to multiple chapters. So I am actually within about 30 minutes driving distance of 2 different chapters. So I have one as my main chapter, but if the other chapter is having a topic or a speaker that I really want to go see, I am allowed to go and participate in that chapter. I always recommend though, if they have an RSVP, just check with them first, because sometimes seating is limited. Imagine Solutions is one that you'll see listed a lot on those Facebook groups and Hitnots, and they've been really great lately with providing free resources on a pretty regular basis in the form of live webinars. And they are really good information, and Imagine Solutions, from what I understand, is a fantastic employer of medical coders. AMBA, the American Medical Billing Association, does offer some stuff on their website as well, so you can check them out. And don't forget about your commercial insurances. Reason being is, they benefit from not having fraudulent claims because people don't understand these guidelines. So they like to provide information to medical coders for free because it benefits them. They wind up with, having less corrected claims or misunderstandings or potentially false claims. Humana, for example, does have one. You do have to have access to their provider portal. So if you have access to that, you can go in and get some education and some CEUs. UHC is another one that offers some free education. So definitely check with your commercial payers that you see in your area and see if they do offer educational opportunities that offer CEUs. I also have a really cool infographic that I made that I will link below. It is a free downloadable resource that you can share among your coding friends that are looking for CEUs. And of course, you can check out my website at contempocoding.com, and I do have some free and some paid educational opportunities and courses available. So I hope this video helped you out with getting some free and budget-friendly CEUs. It is not that hard, and like I said, just make sure you keep up on top of them. Don't let them go too long because you're only going to be hurting yourself. If you like this video, make sure you give it a big thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe so that it boosts up in the YouTube algorithm and more people can find this and get those resources that they need to get those free CEUs. Hope to see you in the next video, and until then, just keep on coding on.